do a right of reply because it's obvious you came for me today, my very good minister friend. You know,
Rufai,
after, hang on a minute.
I'm still talking.
Hang on a
Allow me
minute.
to finish.
After you went to report me to, you can finish, but after you reported me to President Tinubu, you are on here with me again today, but it's fine. I will respond to you, Minister. Go ahead.
You were putting a... Abati, am I on?
Go ahead, Minister. We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Now, the third one, Rufai became an attorney, darkening counsel without knowledge. She said, oh, there is a case in court. Yes. There were and there are still cases in court. The first case was 39, people that their properties were demolished and properly, evaluated, and they were paid. Even shanties, the president directed us to pay, because he wants to alleviate their problems. Naturally and normally and by law, we don't pay for shanties when they are destroyed. You pay for properly, registered, properties, and when you destroy it, you pay. Now, the 39 of them, which Win Home was one of it, the court dismissed the case. Then she now single-handedly on her own went to Federal High Court and instituted another case. That case is on. Probably that's what Rufai, SAN is quoting. And then there's also another case she instituted, diaspora investors. This diaspora investor, there was no registered, evidence, and so they cannot sue or be sued. Now, the question is, in the court did not put any injunction against the work. And in any case, we had passed the road even before they went to court. If somebody sues you, Rufai, and says that, you passed, against the traffic, which you did sometime, you broke the law. And it does not mean that, you are restricted unless the court evidently says so. So these are the issues. Now, the diaspora, the investors, who are resident in Nigeria, with me and you, they have come to me, they have sent me a letter, they want to come to the office to see me. And I'm willing to see them. I wanted to take on the woman because when she's using the issue of diaspora investors, it makes other people, genuine investors that want to invest, to be afraid. This government is very friendly with, diaspora people, and so we wouldn't allow her to use the name and damage, the administration. So I had wanted EFCC to come into the case, DGSSS and police, and even the Interpol. But I have left it to the investors. When they come, they are willing to do that, they will process it. So these are the issues about the Coastal Highway. But notwithstanding, the Coastal Highway is going on very well, very competitive. We are in session 2 now. We've opened session 3 and 3B, 65 kilometers in Calabar and, and Akwa Ibom. The section 4A and 4B going on at Ogun. And also at Ondo.
I would like to interject. This
so that is about the Coastal Highway.
Minister,
yes,
Minister, I would like to interject. This monologue is quite long. So at first, Minister, after you had gone to report me in front of President Tinubu and said all sorts, anyway, I am not beholden to you. My job is accountability.
You are too small for me to report you to the president.
No, but they are empirical.
You are too small
Minister,
for me to
Minister, let me speak. Minister, let me speak. I have empirical evidence. The world watched it on the commissioner of the project when you mentioned the questions I asked you to the president. That was reporting me to the president officially. The world watches, so you don't need to dilly-dally about the empirical facts. I don't talk without facts, Minister. When I have my facts, I talk. And I insist on my question when I ask of course.
Let me only address you.
Minister, you will not allow me speak. The problem is you will not allow me speak. You spoke for over 20 minutes, over 10 minutes.
Because you don't know what you are speaking.
But let me speak. Let me speak. You will not. You will not allow me speak. You see, if you can just keep quiet and be calm and just allow me speak, I'll be happy. All right. So my question still persists as regards the cost per kilometer. You cannot tell me that we don't have a right to know the cost per kilometer. Even if it's an undulating landscape, give us all the facts and the details of the cost per kilometer. That's all we'll ask for. Other questions as regards the loans taken.
Let me finish. No. I will keep quiet for you to damage
Let me finish.
Listen to me.
Minister, you will not allow me to speak. The minister will not allow me to speak.
No. Don't do that with me.
Minister will not allow me to speak. Don't do that with me.
I was in your studio.
Minister will not allow me.
And when the first section was on, and I ran the figures. And what you're asking us is 750 kilometers of coastal highway. We should tell you cost per kilometer. So you multiply by 750. That's nonsensical.
No, so tell me the cost per kilometer. There's nothing too hard for you to tell me that figure. You've not still told me that figure. So I was right on that point. The second point.
Because you don't understand anything.
The second point I'm trying to make is
you don't understand anything. I'm a professor in this field.
Okay.
You don't understand anything.
What university gave you professorship in this field?
You cannot ask me to tell you a cost.
What university gave you professorship in engineering? I didn't know you were Professor Umahi, Minister. I didn't know. So please, you've not been able to. You've never.
I'm professor in practice.
In practice.
I'm professor in practice.
Okay.
I understand engineering very well.
So secondly,
and you have no knowledge of what you're asking.
If you will let me,
you have no knowledge.
If you will let me ask.
So you keep quiet.
Okay.
And then stop.
Okay.
You know.
Minister, it's all right. Keep dignifying yourself and let the world see you for who you are. If you allow me speak. The other 100 kilometers that you said they've added to it, we would like to know the cost per kilometer of that one. And the Winsome Homes, the case is in court. Now, I would like to know the cost per kilometer for that one. I would like to also know the over 700 billion first tranche of loan you guys got for this project. Has the money been spent? How was the money deployed? I would also like to know. I would also like to know the terms of that loan. All right? How many years? What's the payback period? What's the payback moratorium of that loan? And for the Winsome Homes, isn't it interesting that as somebody that's been a governor in the state, you know the law, a case is in court, and then you're coming to talk about the details of the cases in court. Because you deny that the case was not in court. Now you've already accepted that the case is in court. So is it not just better you thrash it out with the woman that has been reporting a case in public that we all heard, and I ask you questions based on that? So, Minister, just answer the questions. I've got no axe to grind with you. You know that. We've spoken many times. In fact, when your people call to book, I booked them, and I said you should come on air. So please just tell us those information. It's very important, Minister.
I'm not hearing, even though this guy is not. Yes, you know, in certain cases in court, you say, you know, you do no case submission. Rufai does not know what he's talking, and I think he should come to learn, you know, one, how to talk. Number two, Mayo.
Answer the question. How have the loan been spent? What's the cost per kilometer of these new 100 kilometers? How much is it going to cost? And how has the cost been spent?
All right, Minister Umahi, you have the floor now to please respond to the questions that have been posed to you.
Okay. Number one, you know, this guy makes me, you know, it makes me, you know, to laugh, you know, at a very high level of ignorance. I was in Edo State, and I said, listen, the president has directed, you know, 100 kilometers of the coastal highway to pass through Edo State. And this man is asking me how much per kilometer. This 100 kilometers has not been designed. There has not been a soil report on it. And so why are you asking me, you know, to, you know, is it to name a child or to do a birthday for a child that is still in the belly of, you know, a mother? That's what he said. So, and he's doing it, you know, what is the cost per kilometer? You know, what is the cost per kilometer? Listen, in this kind of project, you are not dealing with a cost per kilometer. You can't say this is an average cost per kilometer. So I'm teaching you English now. You can talk about an average cost per kilometer because every 1 kilometer is different in cost from the other kilometer. So you can talk about cost, average cost per kilometer. Now, Rufai, that project has not been designed. It has, the soil report is not out. That process is ongoing, and when that is done, the ministry will do their own, you know, evaluation. We now go to BPP and ask for selective tendering of the project.
This is how they, I mean, I kind of like feel like these guys believes that Nigerians are very dumb people. And whenever they are addressing them, they don't really think they have enough sense to probe whatever they say. If you dare probe it, then you are just a troublemaker. You're just this. You should learn how to talk. Baba, and one company, they gave the contract of the coastal road to. And that company is high-tech, Shaguri. They are the ones to construct the 750-kilometer coastal road. When they started, they said the coastal road will be a 10-lane super highway. That means 5 on this side, 5 on that side. Do you understand? Super. And they said it was going to cost 15 trillion naira. At the time, $11.8 billion. There was no bidding, no nothing, just, a kind of like a 3-room conversation, and the contract was awarded. They didn't do any form of a soil sample. What's it called? Geographical something mapping? No. The compensation meant for people whose properties would be affected by this development? No. It was all done in France. And when it was done, even where are they going to see the money to fund it? They automatically believe that they will take loans. Yeah, we'll take loans and give it to Shaguri to build the road. When the road is finally complete, before it's even completed, they will put toll on it, okay? So the plan is to put several toll gates on the road, because that's how they intend to recoup back the money. But in that deal, when the road is completed, it will be presented as road that was built in partnership with Shaguri. And Shaguri had no single dime to it. They don't have to, because of Tifnumbu. That's why they are taking these loans in tranches. Anywhere they could get it, they will take it, give it to him. So the point I'm making here is that a minister that is not working with several contractors on this same project is telling the world that the kilometer of the road, the cost per kilometer is different. If they are different, then you must have the details, because you already gave us total. They reviewed this contract, they reviewed this coastal road, and they said it's not going to be 10 lanes anymore. It's going to be 3 lanes. 6 lanes. 3 here, 3 there. What happened to the remaining 4? Cancelled. And you know another thing that happened? They jumped the price of the contract from 15 trillion. It is now over 18 trillion naira. That's the total cost so far. Meaning they must have done the segment by segment, the cost of building bridges, how many bridges will be built, how many layover will be built, this and that. You know what I mean? They must have done that before. And all of this probably must have been scrutinized by the necessary agents of government to ensure that it meets the standard, including the cost. Say, okay, with this cost, the materials you want to use, here and there, and all of that, that details should be readily available before a penny is paid out, in my own opinion. Tell me if I am wrong. I'm very much ready to be. But isn't that so simple? To see before you say, this is how much we're going to spend on this contract, details of where and what you are doing is already there. If you have nothing to hide, you could give instances about, like, if you say, the project is in phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. This is why. You see, the phase 1 is a hard terrain, not that tough, but it's still pretty much like, needed this and that. The cost per this side will cost this if we have to break it down. then we're going to build bridge. And this particular bridge is, you know what I mean? Like, as an engineer, your field, you should be flexing, talking about these things. But no, we are already doing phase 1 from Akbobo. We are doing phase 2 from Akwa Ibom. We are doing phase 45 kilometers from where. That's all they want. But when you begin to ask questions about this 45 kilometer, 30 kilometer, they say, why are you asking about that? Instead of you to be happy that we are already doing something, it's already, that's what this old man said. He said, APC, Egbekegbe wants you to believe what they tell you, not what you are seeing. And they are finding that so difficult though. They've mastered it, but it seems it's going to also be their own Achilles heels.
Well, APC is good at what they know how to do, deceive people, manipulate figures, conceal issues. That's their job, they know how to do it. But I should ask you, Malcolm, do you feel safe where you are now? Going back home after work, do you feel safe? That's the question. Nigerians will tell them that they haven't done anything towards preserving their lives. They must have an agenda. And then as we progress in this conversation, we give details of what we know they are doing and they're capable of doing. The last administration, before the present government, that APC government, the story is out there that just because they want to rule this nation, hook or crook, they have to go to the extent of importing foreign nationals, Fulanis to be exact, to come into the country and destroy the nation. If they could not get power, they have decided to destroy the nation. If anybody has that type of mind, what good can come out of it? And the present president, when he was campaigning, he didn't mince words. Only Nigerians were listening. He said, it may no come. What does that mean? Does that mean or nobody else? And to get that, is you got to do anything. Like his predecessor did, he invited foreigners, Fulani, to come and kill us. His best friend,
Your Majesty, sorry to interrupt you. Are you?
I knew they were going to interrupt him. The not man who is just saying it the way it is. He said APC, they have mastered the art of deceit. Deceived the people, manipulated the figure, tried to change narratives, deflecting when you ask them important questions. You can't hold them. And if you pressure too much, they will say you are inciting people to cause problem in the country. Meanwhile, they are the ones inciting people. Their actions incite the people. But they are still lucky so far, if you put it that way. Here is a journalist talking about them and road constructions. These roads, a never-ending road construction. Nothing else really matters to these roads. Road construction. They will never really be completed.
I grew up in Nigeria. Obviously, I've spent all my life in Nigeria, and right from while we were growing up, we've been fixing roads. Nigeria has been fixing one road or the other. We've been building roads, fixing roads, tarring roads here and there. You know, but if we continue if we continue with the way that we are currently, in another 15 years, another 20 years, when you are in your 40s or 50s or 60s, you think about where you're going to be in the next 20 years. Nigeria will still be tarring roads and, building one road here or there, or tarring the other road, patching this one here. You know, like we would never get to the place where we're now talking about a fully functional metro system that works in major cities across the country. You know, trams, high-speed trains. Nah. We will just be tarring roads. I mean, that's where we're gonna be. Still giving out road contracts, still having the president come and commission,